Live from the porch. Live from the porch with the loud street. The trucks running up and down the street. I'm sure about 2 or 3 times you're going to hear an ambulance from the fire station about 1,000 feet from where I live. About 2,000 feet. Welcome, welcome. Come on in here, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I ain't gonna be here all night. Class is in motherfucking session. Come on in here. What's up, Dr. Citizen? What's up, the Atavis? Anthony Bowden. Hey, Larry, you better get the hell out of my chat room, boy. Hey, I need one of the other mods to kick Larry out of my chat room. What's up, Natural Immunity? It's day one right there, Natural Immunity. Good seeing you. What's up, Dedication 666? Another day one. Good seeing you, brother. Dre Day. Yeah, what's up, Terrace? We're gonna get started. I ain't gonna spend too much time tonight because I got some moves to make tonight. I gotta, my ass. I'll be out. I'm gonna talk to y'all for about an hour, and then I'm gonna get out and hit these LA streets. It ain't no rain tonight. Last Monday, it was raining like a motherfucker. We still have fun. So salute to everybody on this full moon. Yeah, the Atavis. I don't talk as much sports. I used to talk a lot of sports. I generally don't talk sports because most black men that are into sports. Can I call a spade real quick? Most black men that are really deep into sports are coons. And not to say that these are bad people. And I'm saying all men. I'm not saying all black men into sports are coons. But I am saying 8 out of 10 are. Or they get into a coon mindset when it comes to sports. They may be, they may be conscious and aware in other areas of their life, but when it comes to sports, and I'm not talking about the casual fan, I'm talking about the ones who really are really deep into sports. Sports is like a coon bastion. Sports is a playground for coons. Like, sports is a safe place for coons. You can coon all day and really not get called out about it because you can hide your cooning behind whatever the fuck Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp said, right? Shannon Sharp, Mike Smith, Bomani Jones, most of the people who are doing sports, like Stuart Scott. The last sports person I gave a fuck about was Stuart Scott. He was the last one. But what's up, 225 girl? So sports is a safe place for coonery. If we're going to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, right? So, for those of you who don't know, let me set the foundation about what this is, because I do understand that I do have non-sports fans in here, so I want to set the foundation to what we're talking about. You don't have to be a sports fan to listen to what we're talking about tonight, because y'all know, like I do on my channel, I use current events and big stories in the news today to figure out solutions and how can we move forward. Because even though the stories we see in the media are sensationalized, yes, they are. Yes, it's full of yellow journalism. Yes, these stories are quote unquote distractions. I'm a play devil's advocate for all you niggas that be like, okay, it's just a distraction. Yeah, you're right. Fine, cool, yeah, cool. But when things capture the imaginations of people, whether those stories are contrived or not, the reason they're able to captivate our imaginations is because there's something within the story that we connect to. And if we're going to be wise, if we can connect to something, we can learn from it. Good, bad, or indifferent, positive, negative, or whatever. Right, wrong, I don't care about what side of the story you fall on when it comes to this, but we're going to use this as a teachable moment, and we're going to, just basically use this as a moment to where we can assess where we are as a society. That sound cool from y'all? That sound cool to y'all? So, well, even if it don't sound cool, I'm still going to say what the fuck I got to say. Jesus. Well, anyway. Oh, shit. I hit a little too hard right there. So let's break it down. Ja Morant is a young and up-and-coming basketball player. The brother is a bona fide star. He's a star not because I say he's a star. He's a star because the children look up to him. The children say he's a star. The NBA is doing everything they can to shit on him and to not promote him and not pump him up. But he's a star because the youth like him regardless. Kind of like a second iteration of Allen Iverson. The NBA hated Allen Iverson, but the people, the youth, my generation, I was in high school when Allen Iverson got to the NBA in 1996. I remember Allen Iverson came in the NBA my 10th grade year. So my generation, we chose Iverson, all right? We chose Iverson. Even more so than Kobe in the late 90s. We talking late 90s? See, Kobe had to win his way into our heart. That nigga, people really didn't start fucking with Kobe till like after his second championship. That's when it was really like, all right. When he beat Iverson in 2001, that's when it was like, all right, yeah. And this is coming from a Laker fan. This is coming from a Laker fan. It was like that second championship in 2001 when the Lakers went 15-1 against the Philadelphia 76ers in the finals, winning the finals June 17, 2001. How do I know June 17? Because it's my motherfucking birthday. I spent like 5 birthdays celebrating my Lakers winning championships. Which one of you niggas could say that about your favorite team? Well, anyway, Ja Morant is like Iverson. The NBA didn't choose Iverson. The people chose Iverson. And the NBA was forced to deal with Allen Iverson because we chose Allen Iverson. Same with Ja. Same with Ja. Ja is who the kids fuck with. But the NBA, and this is tying into the story. I'm giving you guys the full story. I'm speaking to the people that don't watch basketball and to those who do, so we can give you a full context to how we got to where. I'm giving you the underlying reasons as to why this is such a big deal with Ja Morant holding a gun. And then we'll get to opinions after that. Well, the reason it's a big thing is because the youth, the young black youth of America, has chosen Ja Morant, LiAngelo Ball, and for the most part, primarily those two, as the ambassadors of this generation of basketball. Problem: the NBA wants to give the game to Europeans and Africans. The NBA is tired of young black, American-born, foundational black, freedmen, American men being the face of the NBA. The NBA wants Giannis to be the face. They want Luka to be the face. They want that big grizzly bear looking white boy in Denver to be the face. They wouldn't even mind Joel Embiid being the face. But what the NBA is doing right now, it's not one face. They're making a compilation of faces, and the compilation is all involving Europeans and non-black Americans. That's who's getting the push. So in order to push that, every story needs a God and a savior and a devil. The whole Bible story of Jesus and the devil, that's all stories. All stories needs a good and bad for completion. Play one against the other. Like they played Magic against Bird, Jordan against the whole NBA, LeBron against stats. And against Jordan. It's always got to put one against the other. And this goes back before the Bible. It goes back to Set. And Set was the original god. Then when the god became Osiris and Heru, then Set became the bad person. Jesus and the devil. All this same shit. Same story. Nigga, kid and play, nigga. It's all the same shit. So Ja is caught up, like Kobe was the villain. They made Kobe the villain. You know what I mean? In order to make Jordan greater, Kobe was the anti-Jordan. Kobe was the anti-LeBron. LeBron became the hero, so Kobe became the anti-LeBron. Well, Morant is the anti-European. They've been playing him against the Europeans that they've been trying to promote and put to the front of the NBA. So Morant goes on to Instagram Live and he posts a picture with him not even knowing how to hold a gun. A little ass gun at that. That shit is like a 22. So the picture comes out and they blow it up. Right now the media, with the help of the Negroes like Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, they're blowing this out of proportion and making it seem as if Morant is anything short other than a child of God because he has a gun. What up, bruh? Right. You have a good one tonight, man? Yes, sir. So they're playing one against the other. Hey, Larry, that was your boy with the cornrows. I got a neighbor I call Captain Cornrow. This nigga got them same braids OG Bobby Johnson had in Cat in Colors. The matted braids. That was your boy, Larry. Anyway, that's a good point, Boris. See, Ja got that warrior spirit. See, that's the thing. Ja has two things going against him. Three things. He's a foundational black American male, 1. 2, he has a warrior spirit. 3, he has a present father that's at every game. That's the trifecta. If you want to be a black man that's shitted on by American society, be black, be straight, have a warrior spirit, and have a good relationship with your father. If those things go on, if you have a few, look, Kobe was a warrior. See, Kobe wasn't, when Kobe played that little bullshit ass game, he wasn't as big of a threat. They pushed Kobe 97 to 2001, 2. They gave Kobe didn't really have much negative. They tried to play Iverson against Kobe, and Iverson was the anti-Kobe. Kobe was the nice guy. The streets were still fucking with Iverson. The NBA picked Kobe. It wasn't until Kobe had the situation in Colorado, and for those of you who remember sports well, accurately, if you're a young nigga under 20, I need you to shut the fuck up right now, all right? I don't want nobody under 30 saying anything against what I'm about to say because you're just unaware of what's happening. So if you're under 30, you chill. But what happened was, and for those of you under 30, take a history lesson. When Kobe had that situation in Colorado in 2003, What happened was, in America, you can't touch a white woman, whether it happened or not. You can't be perceived as touching a white woman. And it's not that it actually happened. What we do know is, one thing we do know is Kobe had sex with that woman. That's the only thing we do know. That's enough for white America to cry rape. So when Kobe saw that the media wasn't going to give him any equity for playing the good guy after that whole Colorado situation, Kobe turned and changed. If you look at Kobe late 90s to the early 2000s, he was his body language, the way he talked, was an exact mimic of Michael Jordan. And people say, he was trying to be like Jordan, halfway. Well, everybody wanted to be like Mike. Why do you think they have videos called Be Like Mike? Nigga, I can tell you right now, damn near every black man you know under the age of 50 wanted to be like Mike in 1992. So I don't begrudge Kobe for that. But really why Kobe was like that was because he and Michael Jordan had the same handlers. The NBA has a whole program on how to walk, how to talk, how to dress, how to act. And the people that they're grooming to be their stars go to these classes, to these grooming programs, like Jordan did, like Kobe did, so they could say things to, especially during the David Stern NBA. The David Stern NBA had a specific motto for what it deemed a star player. So after the situation in Colorado, the NBA threw Kobe under the bus. And then they threw Kobe under the bus. He saw that one year when Kobe was injured during the All-Star game, he came dressed like Allen Iverson. When Kobe came to the All-Star game injured, but in a long baggy-ass T-shirt with a big-ass chain and big baggy-ass jeans, the NBA changed its dressing policy because it was like, damn, we lost the good Negro too. So when Kobe did the situation in Colorado, he became the villain. And so Kobe had three things going against him. He's a straight black man. He used his own opinion. And he had an alpha mentality. The NBA wanted to kill off the alpha mentality between Morant. Here comes this fucking ambulance. I told y'all it's going to be at least 3 ambulances coming down this block while I'm talking. Here, hurry up before that nigga die, ambulance. Come on now, hurry up. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. We had a meeting with the city council twice in the last 3 years about telling that fucking ambulance to turn his goddamn siren off when it comes down this block at nighttime. It's a fire station at the end of the block. They supposed to turn that shit after 8 o'clock. They supposed to turn that motherfucking sound off. We had city council meetings about this shit, and they still don't do it. Fuck these people. I'm going to the next city council meeting. Fuck this shit. I'm tired of this. Well, anyway, how you go to the city council twice, and the city council agrees 2 different times to tell the ambulances when they coming down the block at nighttime, turn your motherfucking siren off. This is a residential neighborhood. Don't buy a house or get a house at the end of a block of a fire station, y'all. Shit. Anyway, back to what we talked about. Here come another one. Oh, that person must be dead. We got an ambulance and a fire truck coming. That must have been a big accident. God damn, let me let this nigga go by. Let me let him go by. Yeah, that nigga dead as slow as y'all going. That nigga's gone. They better call a coroner instead of the hospital. Anyway. So, Kobe switched up. And if you listen to Kobe in any interview he had, really post 2005, Kobe didn't give a fuck anymore. Kobe started cussing in interviews. Kobe started saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say. And then when he got back with Phil Jackson in the late 2000s, what made them dislike Kobe more, if you listen to him closely, he was talking a lot of that Zen philosophy. the mind. And that's what the whole Mamba mentality thing was about, using your mind to overcome. Willpower, how to use willpower. You know, and when the lockout, I remember when the lockout happened. When the lockout happened, and this is a topic I'm a much better expert on than any of you niggas listening. So 100% of you niggas need to shut the fuck up when I'm about to say what I'm about to say right here, because you don't know like I did. I can guarantee you that. I had friends in the NBA at the time with the NBA lockout. So during the lockout, I used to get all of the memos. They used to email me. And for those of you who can find my old show, Sports and Things, I did reports on the NBA lockout. I'm talking about Larry was there. Larry know. Larry was there. During the lockout, I used to get all of the Billy Hunter, David Stern, the minutes meetings from every meeting during the lockout. And during the lockout, basically, Derek Fisher, Chris Paul, really more so Chris Paul, LeBron James, at the time they were younger players. So with them being younger players, the NBA used them to like really push the season and get the season back going. It was two people who were the most staunch about holding out and getting their money when it came to the lockout. One was Carmelo Anthony, the other one was Kobe Bryant. Carmelo Anthony, what he did was, Carmelo Anthony stood up for the D-League players. And that's why now the NBA Developmental League is now called the G League, the Gatorade League. Because it was Carmelo Anthony's idea to sell sponsorships to get the D-League players paid more. Carmelo Anthony put his reputation on the line for the D-League and the WNBA. and the other person was Kobe Bryant. Kobe would always say, why should the players take less than the owners? The owners make the money. Kobe was quoted in saying the owners can make money the rest of their lives. Players only have a 5 to 10 year window to make their money. So players shouldn't get paid less. The players should keep the 57.5% revenue share split that was agreed to in the 1999 collective bargaining agreement. And Kobe was very vocal about the owners being greedy and standing up to it. So that really pissed them off, all right? That really pissed them off. So the season commences. We're now talking 2011, 2012. I think 2012 was it when the season started back after the lockout? Yeah, 2012. Kobe in a game, they stopped making foul calls for Kobe. So Kobe gets fouled real hard. He goes to the bench, he hits the chair, and he looks at NBA referee Benny Salvatore and says, "Benny, you fucking faggot." Kobe called NBA ref Benny Salvatore in 2012 a faggot. Mind you, in 2010, the NBA started a whole campaign about don't say gay. For those of you who remember, it was a commercial with Steve Nash in the commercial, Grant Hill, and a bunch of NBA players saying, stop using the word gay as a negative. Kobe goes to the bench after not getting a foul call and calls the referee a fucking faggot. So after that, Kobe got a lot of negative press towards him the rest of that season. And that nigga didn't get a call. That whole playoff run against the Mavericks, they wouldn't call it shit. Kobe had to pay for calling referee Benny Salvatore faggot. Why am I comparing that to the Ja Morant situation? And Carmelo Anthony. Look at Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo should still be in the NBA. Carmelo can still average 15 points a game in the NBA. Now, why is Carmelo Anthony not in the NBA? Next up is going to be Russell Westbrook. And I'm not saying Russell Westbrook speaks out. Russell Westbrook just doesn't follow their program. They're going to push him out the NBA next, and they're going to do their best to push. Whenever Damian Lillard slows down, Damian Lillard's still going. But whenever Damian Lillard slows down, they're going to do their best to push him out too. The minute Damian Lillard slows down, they're going to push that nigga out of the NBA because he don't walk with the program. The NBA don't fuck with niggas that don't follow the program. And when I say don't follow the program, that don't mean be pro-black. I ain't even go there. I ain't even talking about these niggas that speak out again. We not even going there. I'm not even gonna go there with y'all. When I say they don't like niggas, they just don't like niggas that don't smile and show their teeth and answer every question or say anything off script. The NBA has a script. So it did its best for, what up, y'all? What up, Shay? You good?
Yes,
Yeah.
my dad came home today.
Oh, your dad good?
Dad off at home.
Oh, hell yeah.
Out the hospital, out of rehab.
That's what's up. Yeah. Salute to y'all. Yeah. So the NBA, it doesn't like people that don't show their teeth, that don't follow the program. That's why they don't like Kevin Durant. Here's the reason why. Let me tell you the minute the NBA got a bad relationship with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was another one of their good boys. 2009, 10, 11. Kevin Durant had a good relationship with the NBA and a good relationship with the media. Well, Kevin Durant gets injured. When was that? 2013 or 14? Because the Thunder should have won a championship that year. But Kevin Durant gets injured. And the media, the Oklahoma City media, started calling Kevin Durant soft. Before that injury, Kevin Durant didn't miss hardly any games before the injury. He was, he was very tough. He didn't get injured much. But when he got injured that season, the Oklahoma City media started talking shit. So Kevin Durant came out and said, you know what? I'm not fucking with y'all. I played the game with y'all, and even when I played the game with y'all, y'all still screwed me over when I was injured. So Kevin Durant stopped talking to the media. And since then, the media has had a vendetta. The same issue, and this ain't just with this generation. We can take this back. This shit goes back to Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, nigga. The NBA didn't like Bill Russell. It wasn't until Bill Russell in the 80s, if he talked about it, it wasn't until the late 80s and 90s when Bill Russell got old, he started speaking to the media and they started treating him more favorably. The reason why Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not the greatest player of all time, the reason why they never put him in the greatest discussion is because of his piss poor relationship with the media. If you want any references, all you got to do is pull up any article Bill Pulaski here in the LA Times has ever written about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I remember back in 2002, this is 2002, when during the Shaq Kobe years. Kareem, he didn't really come around the team that much, so they criticized, when he came around the team, they criticized him for being too stone-faced. When he didn't come around the team, they criticized him for being distant from the current crop of players. So Kareem had gotten arrested for smoking weed. This is 2000. And mind you, Kareem at the time is in his 50s or 60s at the time, 50s. He had been retired from the NBA for over 20 years. He minded his own black ass business. He didn't get arrested. He got pulled over and he had marijuana in the car when he got pulled over. And Kareem had gotten cited for having marijuana in the car. This is before California legalized weed. The LA Times rehashed everything Kareem said about the NBA. About in the past that they didn't like. The correlation between your best player in the NBA and your opinion of the best in the NBA comes down to that player's relationship with the media. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. When a player decides to have his own mind and think his own direction and be his own person, therein lies the schism between that black person and the media. Black people are not allowed to be men. in basketball. You gotta follow the program. And Ja Morant doesn't follow the program. You know, he does things that pisses off white people. Hell, he does things that pisses off 90% of you coon ass niggas that watch basketball. Because I'm not even gonna bring up white people here. Let's talk about the black men who watch. What have we been seeing since Ja Morant held that gun up? 8 out of 10 black men. He still should know better. He still should know better. Man, he's missing off his opportunity. Why would he do that? You niggas sound weird. We live in a rootin', tootin', shootin', gun-toting ass country. But it's only a problem when a young black man put up a gun. And then what am I seeing on Twitter? Man, black people dying over gun violence. Well, teach your kid how to shoot straight then. We live in a country to where it's over 100 guns for every one person. It's 1 billion fucking guns in this country. Billions of guns in a country that got 300 million. And you over here mad at a black man for holding up a gun. You sound fucking stupid. Coon ass niggas. Why? You're right, Larry, that's what the NBA means. These niggas think NBA means nigga be appreciative. That's Larry's joke. No, the NBA should appreciate Ja Morant's talent. Because if it weren't for the talent of young black men, the NBA would have the same status as fucking lacrosse. Let's look at the sports where there ain't no black people. No, the NBA should thank Ja Morant. Fuck this shit. Niggas, I'm done with you niggas trying to be approved by white people. No. The only thing Ja Morant did wrong was he had a small gun. That was the only thing he did wrong. He shouldn't have had that little pussy ass gun. He should have had some real shit. That nigga Ja Morant should have pulled out an AR-15 with a long scope and pointed that bitch directly at the camera. That's what he should have did. With a green dot, not even a red dot. That nigga should have had a green dot laser, long barrel AR-15 with a scope. With a green dot, nigga. And put that bitch on camera. And then he should have, no. Ja Morant should have had a pistol grip Mossberg 590 and he should have been crip walking with that motherfucker. Like, put the Mossberg, like, how you know how niggas be crip walking with a cane? Get one of them Mossbergs, long barrel, and put that hoe down like a cane and start crip walking around that motherfucker. That's what Ja Morant should have did. Nah, fuck that. Ja Morant should have had a motherfucking missile. Remember on Don't Be a Menace, on that scene on Don't Be a Menace, when he was like, when Marlon Wayans was like, do we have a problem? When he was pointing that missile at that nigga. That's what Ja Morant should have had. He should have had a fucking missile. Nigga. And pointed that bitch at a big ass flag, at a big ass Russian or Chinese flag. Like, we Americans, nigga, we don't fuck with them. Hell yeah. Ja Morant should have had a motherfucking missile, nigga. Point that shit at the flag of Russia. Like, nah, we don't fuck with y'all, Russia. We Americans, bitch. That's what he should have had. Fuck all this trying to be a righteous Negro shit. And that shit starts with us, black men. How y'all gonna mimic these white folks? You think they would give a fuck if a white player had brandished a gun? Let's go back in history again. Let's go back to two situations, Gilbert Arenas and Kobe Bryant. I remember when the whole situation with Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton. As a matter of fact, the summer after that situation when Gilbert Arenas pulled the gun, I was at, Larry, you were there too. Well, no, I don't think you were there that day, Larry. But you remember when we used to go to 360 Gym in the Valley during the lockout when the players were, because During the lockout, the players, of course, players play at UCLA during the summer, but 360, that's a gym in the Valley, and that's a gym that at the time a lot of NBA players worked out at, and so it will be open run in the 360 gym. Matter of fact, that story, I got niggas that have been falling flat on jokes for the last 30 minutes and still cracking bad jokes. God damn, you suck. Back to what we talking about. That story that me and Larry tell all the time about when me and Larry was hooping and that nigga tried to injure me right after I had my knee surgery. That's because me and Larry were in the regular nigga gym. The NBA niggas had their own basketball court on the other side of the gym. And so the NBA niggas was actually playing at the time, me and Larry, but we just be like, man, fuck these niggas, let's go hoop. I ain't about to watch these niggas play. I'm about to play my goddamn self. Well, Larry, was you there that day Javaris Crittenton was there? Javaris Crittenton, that summer after the whole situation between him and Gilbert Arenas, was hooping at 360 Gym with an ankle bracelet. The nigga, I remember, it was the Boston Big Three was there. KG was there. Big Baby Davis. Well, not the Big Three, because it was Paul Pierce, Big Baby Davis. Kevin Garnett was there. Amari Stoudemire would work out there. Taj Gibson would work out there. I remember this is when Ricky Rubio was coming in. Ricky Rubio, he had been playing in Europe, and this was the year he came to America. Mind you, Ricky Rubio was a guy that was drafted ahead of Stephen Curry. So everybody's waiting on this Ricky Rubio guy. He got drafted ahead of Steph Curry, but he didn't come directly to the NBA. He stayed in Europe. And so Javaris Crittenton was in there with an ankle bracelet, giving Ricky Rubio the business. Man, that nigga Javaris was working Ricky Rubio up, down, all a motherfucking round, like a Diana Ross song. But after they finished hooping, Javaris Crittenton was telling us the whole story. And he was just kind of telling us about the whole situation between him and Gilbert. And he and Gilbert were like, they were cool, but Gilbert was a practical joker. Gilbert would show shit. Gilbert wasn't gonna do shit. Gilbert wasn't even trying to be fun, but Gilbert was just the kind of nigga that was a practical joker. And so Javaris basically told us, was like, nigga, he was like, okay, you want to joke? I can joke too. It was never going to become a situation where they shot each other. But again, yes, Gilbert Arenas is a clown, but Gilbert Arenas was never in the plans of the NBA's marketing scheme. That's another thing. On top of the NBA already knows who it wants to market coming in. Gilbert Arenas was somebody who wasn't supposed to be that good. He was drafted 30th. He was pretty good with the Warriors. But when he got to no one knew Gilbert Arenas was going to be that good when he got to the Wizards. He was a lot like James Harden. Gilbert Arenas and James Harden were like almost exactly alike. Both, again, LA niggas. LA got the best hoopers on the planet. Fuck you if you don't like it. It's just facts. It's just facts. The best basketball players of the last 20 years in the NBA came out of LA. Russell West, or the LA area. Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Gilbert Arenas, Baron Davis. We can go down the list. But Gilbert Arenas was one of those wild cards who came out of nowhere. So although he was great, he was never in the NBA's grand scheme of marketing. So he was an easy throwaway because although he was a great player, he wasn't one of the guys that they had any plans on using to back the NBA. You niggas talking about some Chicago. Chicago got Derrick Rose, niggas. Sit the fuck down. You see you niggas from the other cities, y'all would get two niggas in a decade and say, we better. Fuck. Okay, Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade. Anybody else, Chicago? Anybody else? Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade. Anybody else? I'm waiting. Meanwhile, LA is full of the NBA, both top-level players and second-tier players. and third-tier players. Hell, my high school, Westchester High School, shit, I'm not Gilbert, Trevor Ariza was in 9th grade when I was a senior. I remember when Trevor was a rookie. I still be seeing Trevor around LA. I love when I see Trevor Ariza around LA. Trevor Ariza, nigga. Darren Collison. Hell, Drew Holiday just made the All-Star game again. Drew Holiday's the LA nigga, y'all. Fuck y'all. Lonzo Ball, LA nigga. D'Angelo Ball, LA nigga. Russell Westbrook, LA nigga. Russell Westbrook's dad lives about a quarter mile from where I'm standing right now. Kawhi Leonard, LA nigga. Paul George, LA nigga. If y'all don't shut the fuck up, nigga. James Harden, LA nigga. Fuck you all talking about? It's not close. Just bow down. And if we're gonna make it all California, all right, cool. If you're gonna make it a California thing, Jason Kidd, California. Gary Payton, California. Damian Lillard, Paul Pierce. Stop playing, niggas. Can't none of your motherfucking cities come out with this many names of MVP, former MVP, Hall of Fame NBA champions. Klay Thompson, sit the fuck down, y'all. Kevin Love, sit down. Don't argue with me when it comes to this basketball thing. I can keep going. And I'm only talking about the niggas over the last 20 years. I'm only talking about the last 20 years. Reggie Miller, I can go there. Hell, here's another reason why you niggas better bow down. Ed O'Bannon. Not only do LA produce the best hoopers, we still some militant niggas. It was Ed O'Bannon that said, you know what, fuck this shit. We play for free. Y'all made all that money off us. It was an LA nigga that sued the NCAAs, made EA Sports stop making money on college basketball games, or college sports games. And the reason why every single college player can get these deals for these advertisement deals is because of an LA nigga. Y'all need to sit the fuck down and bow the fuck down to the mecca of basketball. And your opinions are not welcome. Cheryl Miller, you're right, Cheryl Miller, LA nigga. We can go to the WNBA, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Nigga, we can go to track and field. The greatest female track and field Olympian of all time, Allison Felix. Allison Felix grew up one block from my motherfucking wife, nigga. Allison Felix lived 1 block, 2 blocks over from my wife. The greatest Olympian of all time. You niggas better bow the fuck down. Just think about LA, we just don't brag. LA, we know we the shit. We just don't brag about it. You niggas from them other cities will hang on to a player that y'all got to the NBA 40 fucking years ago. Like, look at New York. The last New York nigga was, can you even give Kyrie New York? Because Kyrie was born in Australia. But we can give y'all Kyrie. We can give y'all Kemba Walker. Well, Kyrie was New Jersey, so y'all can't get, that's Jersey. They talking about some New Yorkers a mecca of basketball. Niggas don't even live in New York no more. Nigga, y'all better sit the fuck down. Back to what we talking about. Yeah, PG County is where all the coons live that sell out the rest of Black America. If you want to go low, say PG County is better than LA County. Prince George County is where all them coons that live in DC that's up in the boule get together and make a lot of money for themselves and fuck over the rest of us niggas. Let's tell the whole, and I get that from Dr. Randy Short. Dr. Randy Short is from there. He always said PG County is where all the good Negroes that screw over the rest of the Negroes live. So yeah, PG County is better than LA County. We should call that Prince Coon County, nigga. And that comes from Dr. Randy Short. That don't come from me. You're right, Jack and Jill Central. Yeah. And I give love to Baltimore. Baltimore gave us KD and Carmelo Anthony. I give love to them. I love KD, my favorite player of the last generation. But bow down to LA, nigga. We keep doing it. Not just your MVPs. Well, DeMar DeRozan, LA nigga. I forgot about DeMar DeRozan. Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship with 2 LA niggas. California dudes. The Lopez brothers, they're the Bay Area. They spend some time in LA, but they're mostly Bay Area. Brooke Lopez and Drew Holiday took 2 LA niggas for them to win a championship. Motherfucker. I better recognize Toronto Raptors, Kawhi Leonard, LA nigga. Just look at the champions over the last few years. Most teams that won championships over the last decade had a LA nigga or a California nigga. Most championships over the last decade and a half has been California niggas on the team. Kevin Love, nigga. Well, anyway, let's back to the story. Back to the story. And then I named off all the names, and somebody said, LA good, but not the best. No, we're the best. We're the best because not only do we produce the MVPs, we also produce the second-tier players too. I didn't even get into all the second-tier players from LA and the NBA. Hell, I can go to my high school I graduated from, Westchester High School. My high school, Westchester, put in like 20 second-tier players over the last 20 years in the NBA, 25. Amir Johnson, LA nigga, Westchester High School. Gabe Pruitt went to the NBA. Hassan Adams went to the NBA. All these niggas, this is just my high school, Westchester High School. David Blumenthal, Tony Bland. All these niggas made the NBA out of just my high school. Trevor Ariza, Bottoms, LB, Bobby Brown, Pooh Jeter. Pooh Jeter, that's Carmelita Jeter's brother. Again, one of the fastest women of all time, Carmelita Jeter. Her daddy lived a half a mile from where I'm standing right now. And her brother, Pooh Jeter. These are the second-tier people that made the NBA. LB, Bottoms, Bobby Brown, Westchester High School, my school. If y'all don't sit y'all asses down, LA is the best. And the evidence is look, let me tell y'all something before I get back to Ja Morant. You judge a tree by the fruit it bears. We don't have to have theoretical conversations over this. We don't have to theorize. Well, this player came from here and that player came from there. James Harden should have 3 MVPs. If James Harden was light-skinned, he probably would have 3 MVPs. Nigga, Russell Westbrook, come on now. Fuck out of here. The evidence. Kawhi Leonard, this is the evidence. The evidence. Point out your city, your state, and list the number of MVPs, both regular season and finals MVPs over the last 20 years. List all, and then here's what makes LA even more bad. This what make LA so cold. This why we even more better than y'all. It ain't that many black people that live here. California has always been less than 10% black. Even when there was a lot of black people in California. California we never were over half the population. You got states where niggas is 40, 50% of the population. Niggas ain't that many black people in California. Even in the 90s, relatively speaking. California have a lot of people, but they ain't black. So LA put out all this great talent with limited black people. You niggas got whole states full of black people. You niggas live in the DMV. That's 3 states of niggas. Maryland, niggas. Virginia, niggas. DC, niggas. Pennsylvania, niggas. North Carolina, niggas. South Carolina, niggas. Nigga. Nigga on top of nigga. Did I say niggas? LA, California ain't got that many niggas. And we still pumping out all this great talent. If y'all don't sit y'all asses down, it ain't no niggas here. y'all can be mad all y'all want. I don't care. I don't care. All the shots I be seeing you niggas throw at LA my whole life. Man, you on the West Coast, you don't know. Well, okay, great, fine. If you don't like what I have to say, I don't give a fuck. Go complain to your mama. I'm right. Back to Ja Morant. We gotta, as black people, stop this generational shit. Black men. Niggas love shitting on the young folks. And here's the worst part about it. Most of the niggas I see judging Ja Morant, you niggas wasn't shit in your 20s. That's the worst part about it. And this is coming from me. I'm Dwan B, y'all. I'm a square. I'm a certified, bona fide, real life square. I ain't never banged. I got a squeaky clean record. I've never been to jail. I've never even visited anybody in jail. Nigga, I'm so motherfucking LA and clean. I've never been on a subway. I don't know how that fits into anything, but I just thought about that shit yesterday when me and my wife was driving somewhere. I told my wife, I was like, you know what, baby? You know, I'm 41 years old and I've never been on a subway. And LA got subways. We've been having subways in LA now for, when did that red line open? 1996? So LA has had subway lines for almost 30 years now. I traveled a lot. I've been to DC, I've been to New York, I've been to cities where there are subways. But I'm so LA, when I go to your city with subways, I'm catching the Uber. Fuck all that. I ain't about to get on no goddamn subway. I'm an LA nigga. For real. But my shit is clean. I ain't got no record. So if anybody should, I did it the way America said you're supposed to do it as a black person. You're right, I pay my taxes on time. I pay my taxes on time, nigga. When it comes to my business, you know, I used to tithe at church. I used to play the drums at church in my 20s. Shit. Most of you niggas was out sinning during your 20s. During my 20s, Dwan B was at church. Now, I was out sinning too, but I'll be at church every Sunday after sinning. Nigga, I'll be out till 3, 4 in the morning because I was a church drummer. So I had to be at church every Sunday by like 7. They told me to be there by 7. I'd always walk in at about 7:59 because service started at 8. Man, I played the drums 2 services a Sunday during my 20s. Straight laced, nigga. Straight laced. I went to college. I did all my homework in school. I got a college degree. I've always had a job. I've never sold drugs. I didn't start smoking weed until I got into my 20s. I'm very straight-laced. So if anybody should be judgmental, it's me. If anyone has the legit moral authority to be judgmental, it's me. I'm married to my wife. I get along with my parents. I've been respectful to my parents. I don't break laws. I don't even have a moving violation on my record. So if anybody has standing to be judgmental towards Ja Morant, it's me. I didn't start carrying a gun, concealed gun, until I got a concealed carry license. I had gun. I didn't buy my first gun until I got a license. I didn't start carrying my gun until I got an official concealed carry license. I don't break laws. And with all that being said, I have absolutely no judgment towards Ja Morant because that's a young brother that got to find his way. And as elders, I'm 41 years now, so I'm not an elder, but I'm an older nigga than that nigga. So it's my responsibility to open my heart to that young man and say, you know, he made a decision that wasn't a good decision because you work for the NBA. The NBA doesn't like you brandishing guns. You know the rules of your job. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I was joking earlier, but in all seriousness, I'm a firm believer in if you're going to join an organization, if you're going to be a part of something, you have to abide by the rules. That's who I am. As much shit as I talk, I do believe in following rules. I just don't join shit so I don't have to follow no fucking rules. That's my thing. I just don't join organizations because I don't want to follow nobody's fucking rule. I like making my own rules. So I created my own business, created my own company. But when I worked in corporate America, I followed the rules. That's part of the reason why I didn't go too far with comedy when I was working in corporate America. A lot of shit that I say, I know if it got back to my job, I wouldn't have no fucking job. So as long as I worked for them crackers, I had to follow those crackers' rules. And I get it. So Ja Morant's in the NBA, you got to follow the rules. The young man will learn. He'll learn. I don't have any judgment towards that young man. And this is coming from a very straight-laced person. Because being straight-laced is my path. But your path is a little different. So in order for me to want you to respect my path, I give respect to your path. I'm the kind of person who, personally, my personal opinion, people who follow me for a long time, y'all know this, I don't like fake gangsters. I don't like niggas that play thug. That shit's corny and weird to me. I don't like that. I remember when I grew up in the hood. So when I went to Overright Middle School, that was over in a white neighborhood, I was hoping that I would get a better experience at school. I hated the fact that these kids that lived in Ladera Heights, had 2-parent homes, was acting tough. I hated the fact that when All Eyes on Me dropped, I'll never forget when All Eyes on Me dropped with Tupac. When All Eyes on Me dropped, all these niggas that was straight-laced, regular-ass niggas like me started saying cuz every other word and started becoming these fake-ass gangsters. I can't stand fake gangsters. So personally, if I was Ja Morant's age, I wouldn't want to be around that nigga. I'm taking me back to when I was 22, 23. If I see someone faking tough and all this shit, I personally wouldn't fuck with them. I never have like them kind of niggas. But at the same time, everybody got their own experience. Everybody gotta follow their path. The reason why I don't like them kind of niggas is because I really grew up in South Central LA. I really grew up in the hood. I've had a very traumatic upbringing. I just don't wear it on my sleeves. I had an extremely traumatic upbringing. All the people I saw get murdered. I saw 3 people get murdered in front of my face by the time I was 10. My house involved in multiple drive-by shootings. My elementary school getting shot up. I've seen some shit, y'all. I just don't wear that shit on my sleeve. So that's why being a fake gangster never appealed to me. I saw what happened to real gangsters in front of my fucking face. And I understood that message by the time I was 8. By the time I was 8, I understood inherently what gangster activity brings you. I saw it happen to too many people. 1 time is a mistake. 2 times is a trend. 3 times is a pattern, is a way of life. So I saw 3 motherfuckers get murked in front of me by the time I was 8, 9 years old. I saw that shit as a way of life. So I don't play with that shit. Dwann, I don't play with that. I do not play with that. I don't play with that shit personally. But let me tell you something. It's not about me. In life, you gotta, when you see things happen, you have to learn to remove yourself and remove your ego from events that are happening outside of you and see it for what it is. Although I'm a straight-laced person, it's other areas of my life when I was 22, I was fucking up in. 23, hell, there's areas at 41 I'm fucking up in now. But when I was in my early 20s, you know, being a fake thug wasn't my problem. Brandishing a gun but I was fucking up in other areas. I was doing real bad in other areas in my early 20s. Because that's what your early 20s are about. Your early 20s are about fucking up. Let me say that one more time. Your teen years, your early 20s, your teens, your mid-20s, even when you get into your late 20s, those teens through 20s are all about fucking up. That's all of us, men and women. Women in here, y'all did some dumb shit when y'all was 22. Every man in here, your dumb shit may not have been putting a gun on Instagram, but you did some dumb shit that there was some adult in your life that shows some level of compassion. Which one of you, when you went through that fuck up, how are you gonna be to the next person in their 20s? Are you gonna be the one that met you with ridicule and judgment and no solution? Or are you gonna be the one that meet the young person with some level of compassion, but a stern solution for the issue that the young man just went through? How are we gonna be as a people? What decisions are we gonna make moving forward when our young people fuck up? That's a question we gotta ask ourselves. And for everybody listening to me, this ain't some question that you need to ask Tariq Nasheed or Jason Black or the next nigga in the chat room or Yvette Carnell if you follow her and her big ass forehead, or Vicky Dillard or Boyce Watkins or whoever the fuck you follow. If you follow Angela Stanton or conservative, what's that coon bitch name? What's that coon bitch from the Caribbean that be talking all that shit? With the Candace Owens, whoever the fuck you follow. This isn't a question for you to ask them. This is a question for you to look in the motherfucking mirror and ask yourself. What kind of situation, what kind of environment do you want to create for the next generation of black people? Because we fucked up, man. We got a fucked up media that gives us fucked up music. Think about John Morant. He's 23. That means his whole life, he was never pointed into the direction of music that has a live instrument. There was no, when he was a teenager in high school, there was no love music. Like we could turn on Drew Hill. We could turn on Jodeci and see men singing love to women. You know, our generations could. What kind of music did that young man grow up on? Well, every song there was nothing about opening your heart to another person in the music. Think about the movies. That young man didn't have a house party, and not this bullshit ass house party that just came out. I mean the first house party. He didn't have a Martin where it's too functional, where he got to laugh at a functional household. He didn't have a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He didn't have a Family Matters. He didn't have a Cosby Show. That generation of kids, they didn't have a Smokey Robinson. They don't have a Stevie Wonder. They don't have none of that shit. They got Lil Yachty, a bunch of TV shows telling them that if they ain't gay, they ain't good. They got negative imagery. They got Nicki Minaj. Future is as close as he gets to love music. And it's the environment them young niggas that's 23 years old were raised in. And we over here in our 40s and 50s judging these niggas. What kind of fuck shit is that? What kind of fuck shit is that? Helping these white people down that young black man. When you got Brett Favre allegedly stealing $5 million motherfucking dollars from poor people in Mississippi. You got the owner, Robert Sarver, who had 20 years of institutionalized racism running the Phoenix Suns. And y'all letting these crackers shit on that young black man. That's a shame on you niggas. We gotta correct that young man with love. But we don't help white people demonize young black people. That's not what we do. He should have known better. No. All the dumb shit you did in your 20s, fuck out of here. I see niggas online talking about Morant, what he should have done better, and these niggas done had three kids by 3 baby mamas by the time they was 23. They had 3 kids by 3 different women, and they judging him as a 23-year-old. What kind of fuck shit is that? Morant showed a gun. You had kids, you didn't have the money to take care of. Who's worse, nigga? Hell, at least if Morant got 3 kids by 3 different women, he got the money to take care of them for a little while. Nigga, you had a little punk ass weed hustle, and over here dropping out babies you couldn't afford at that age, and you judging him. Fuck out my face. I wore a condom when I was that age. I wasn't one of you dumb niggas popping out babies. I knew I couldn't afford a baby at 22, so I put that hat. Because I grew up in the early 90s. Put a Jimmy on it. And you judging Morant, you in your 50s. The fuck is wrong with you niggas? Fuck is wrong with us as a society where that's acceptable behavior? We shit on these kids. Our society is fucked up. We gotta pull Morant to the side and be like, yo, and I'm sure right now knows. Knows he fucked up. He has a father. Knows he fucked up. Knows that that's not what he should have been doing in the context of his job. But that's a conversation we have with that young brother in private. In front of white people, you know what I'm gonna say? I wish Morant had an AK-47. We need to encourage more of our young bad black men look like a threat, be a threat. We need to be, and not just in front of white. This goes to other black people. Young black men, no, we should be threats. We should be extremely threatening because they're threatened by us anyway. Why not? I know, I spent my 20s trying to be non-threatening to white people, and I was still getting fucked up by the police. I was still seeing people in my neighborhood get fucked up. I was still getting, my DwannBrown, the Dwan of my 20s, I wasn't like this in my 20s. I was extremely non-threatening in my 20s. But non-threatening Dwan still was getting passed over for job interviews. The fact that non-threatening Dwan had a college degree didn't mean anything when it came to my interactions with society. I was still seen as a threat. It didn't matter that I would, come off as non-threatening, kind of lower myself a little bit to make people not feel as if I was gonna beat their ass because I'm 6'2", and at the time 360 pounds. I ain't 360 no more, nigga. But my 20s, I'm back in my weight I was in my 20s. I'm in the 320s. 6'2", 320, nigga. I knew these people saw me as a threat, so I tried not to be non-threatening. And I tried to be non-threatening, and the shit didn't work. It doesn't work. You can't be non-threatening enough. Your skin is your sin. So just be who the fuck you is. That's right, the atavists. Niggas made mistakes. I was straight-laced. Just because niggas are straight-laced don't mean we didn't make mistakes. I was a straight-laced nigga, but I still made some giant mistakes in my 20s, man. And I thank God I had compassion. I thank God for my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad when I made my mistakes, man, they showed me so much love and compassion. And I needed that. My parents loved me into correct behavior, and I got the message. By the time I got to my 30s, I got the message. I didn't have a message at 22, 23. But I got it by some messages I didn't get till I was 40. There's some messages I still don't get. Just like you. We gotta love ourselves back into greatness. The whole judgment being punitive, that shit has not worked. We've tried it. It has not worked. and it won't work. When I say love, I don't mean just, oh, it's okay. No, I mean love means giving a stern correction. Stern correction is part of love. Okay, let me be very clear. Stern correction is part of love. But let's do it with love, all right? I'm gonna be talking about this some more tomorrow on Caffeine. We're gonna talk about this more on Caffeine tomorrow. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the Chris Rock situation, and I'm gonna tie both situations in together with y'all tomorrow on Caffeine. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here because I got shit to do. You know, usually I like going longer with y'all. You know, I'm only at an hour, but I like going 2 hours usually, but I got shit to do tonight. So, but hit me up here on YouTube and Caffeine tomorrow. I'm gonna talk more about this, and we're gonna tie this into the Chris Rock situation. Get your t-shirts, get your readings, and all that shit. DwannB.com is coming real live soon, and remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game.